If you're planning on getting a Bachelor of Science in Business Management from WGU, then stick with me. I've got some shortcuts to help you get that degree faster and for less money. My name is Bettina, and I'm a college advisor with Study.com. Today, we're going to take a look at WGU's BS in Business Management degree. I've got the full degree plan that I'll walk through with you, course by course, and let you know and let you in on some time-saving hacks and strategies. And stick around to the end, and I'll explain how you can save over $9,000 on this degree. This is a great degree if you're someone that's interested in a career in business management. Working as a project manager, operations manager, or account manager are just a few of the options that you could pursue. Ready to jump in? Great, let's go. You can see that I've grouped these courses by degree requirements and WGU courses. We split them into categories like Gen Eds, Business Management, Marketing, and more, so that way you know which courses count for which parts of the program and the requirements. You can also see quite a few Study.com courses listed next to WGU's. Over 200 Study.com courses are approved for college credit transfer. The courses listed in this mapping have been approved by WGU for these specific requirements. But those aren't the only ones that you have to use. The degree map linked in the description below has alternatives, if there are any others to choose from. I'll explain why I put each one in its slot as we go. Now, if you're starting to feel overwhelmed by all this information, don't worry, you're not alone. But it's going to be okay, because this is your one-stop shop for this degree. So feel free to pause this video, open the degree plan link in the description below, save yourself your own copy, and edit your own version as we go throughout each requirement. That way, you'll be able to save your preferred course options and know that they'll work just right for you. And if you can't do it now, no worries. Just make yourself a note for later, because your future self will definitely thank you down the way. All right, let's dive in. Let's take a look first at your Gen Ed courses. The first line is for English composition, successful self-expression. Now with Study.com, you have two options here. You can either take English 104 or 204. Whichever option you choose is your preference, but I do recommend taking course 104. With most of the students that I've spoken with, they do say that this is slightly easier out of the two options. But as always, I'll say double check and make sure you go through these courses to see which best fits your preferences. On the next line is health, fitness, and wellness. Now for here, you have two different options. You can take Study.com's Health 101 or Nutrition 101. I do recommend taking Health 101 as it provides more of a broader view on topics like fitness, aging, and mental health. Nutrition 101 is focused more on how to make good choices with your food. Moving down, we have critical thinking, reason, and evidence. Critical thinking and analysis is the Study.com equivalent. You should be able to move through this pretty quickly, especially if you already have some familiarity with topics like types of arguments and critical thinking methods. Introduction to Sociology is up next. Study.com's Sociology 101 has you covered here. Continuing on, we come to Applied Probability and Statistics. You can take Statistics 101 as a great match here. One tip for taking Statistics 101 on Study.com is that you get to use several stats tables during your final exam. There's a Z-scores and standard normal curve areas 1, a t-distribution table, and one on binomial property. You can print all of them out and use them on the final exam. So don't worry about memorizing huge sets of data. Instead, focus on which equations and formulas apply to which kinds of problems. This will be crucial come test day. Moving down, we have world history, diverse cultures, and global connections. Study.com has courses to satisfy this requirement. Since Study.com has many courses that could count for this requirement, I figured I'd start at the beginning. History 103 would be a great choice for this. It goes from the beginning settlements in North America all the way to Reconstruction. But if you've already covered these topics and want to start at the beginning of Reconstruction, I would recommend a different course. You can try History 104 that begins with Reconstruction and brings you all the way to the present day. History 105 is also an option here, but it's a long one. It has 3 additional assignments, so unless you're a serious history buff, I wouldn't recommend taking this course for this requirement. But as always, take a look at all your options and see which is best to fit your preferences. The next line is Integrated Physical Sciences. Study.com has a bunch of equivalent courses to choose from. I usually recommend a favorite science subject or topic to help guide your choice in which course you'd want to choose for this requirement. Some of Study.com's biology and chemistry courses do require a virtual lab alongside the course itself. I put Earth Science here because it does not require any additional labs or assignments. It is a longer course though with 168 lessons. When it comes to longer courses, I definitely recommend taking a placement test. What's great about these is that they're risk-free. You just answer what you know and be honest with what you don't. That way, you don't accidentally test out a material that you need to know, but you can also breeze past the material that you already know. It's a win-win. You'll take ethics and technology at WGU. Sometimes there isn't a course with equivalent coursework, or WGU wants you to take specific topics with them. Next up, we have Introduction to Communication, Connecting with Others. Study.com's equivalent course for this is Communications 101. This is a course to move through quickly and has relatively easy to handle projects. However, this course does involve public speaking, so if that's not your speed, you may want to check out Business 324, Managerial Communications. This instead can be used as another option, and even though it's a little bit more work, it may be something for you to check out. Moving down, we have Applied Algebra. You have a few different options here on study.com, but I recommend taking Math 101. This is the easiest option to fulfill that math requirement, especially if you're someone that does not excel in math or is not too confident in math. But if you are someone that excels in math, I suggest taking Math 103, 104, and 105. These would be courses to check out and see which one best fits your preferences. These options are a bit more advanced and give you a backbone in basic calculus to boot. And that's the end of your Gen Eds. One section down. Nice work. Let's move on to our next section, Business Management. The first two classes, Values-Based Leadership and Change Management, do not have Study.com equivalents. Therefore, you'll take these with WGU. For organizational behavior, I like the course with the same name. That's Business 107. If you're looking for leadership roles, check out Leadership and Organizational Behavior, which is Business Course 307. Have an interest in psychology? Industrial organizational psychology might just be up your alley, and you can look into Psychology 301 for that. Both of these other options are slightly more work and include additional assignments, but are totally worth it if they have what you're looking for. Next up is Business Communication. For this, you can take Study.com's course by the same name or Managerial Communication if you didn't already sub that in for Communications 101. I'm going to recommend 113 here. In this class, you'll get all the tools and tricks that you need to communicate just like a pro, whether it's in emails, presentations, or just in everyday chats. You'll learn how to write, speak, and connect effectively so that way you can impress your colleagues and get your message across with confidence. Moving down, we have Business Management Tasks. You'll take this one with WGU. Project Management is the next course in this section. You can take the Study.com equivalent course, Business 311. This is where you'll dive in to see the ins and outs of project planning, learning how to kick things off, mapping out a solid plan, and seeing it through to success. It's all about mastering the skills to manage projects like a pro. Then there's Business Ethics. You'll take this one with WGU. We haven't talked about many courses that relate to math, so let's talk about quantitative analysis for business. In most companies, the ability to analyze data is critical. This is a course many students tell me gives them invaluable knowledge in their job, no matter what role they take on. It's everything from using charts and graphs in Excel to understanding confidence intervals and sampling methods. It's math, but with a focus in business topics like forecasting and running tests. Study.com's Business 212 is a good match for this one. And that's all the requirements for this section. So let's move on to the 3 HR courses required for this degree. First up is Functions of Human Resource Management. I like Study.com's Business 106 for this one. You do have 2 other options though, Business 306 and Health 310. Business 106 has the least amount of work of the 3. Unless you're looking for those 300 level courses, I would suggest sticking with Business 106. The last 2 courses in this section are Strategic Training and Development and Talent Acquisition. Both of these will be taken with WGU. The next section is a big one, your business core classes. 9 out of these 12 have study.com equivalent courses to take. First, we have Managing in a Global Business Environment. Study.com's Business 120 is a great substitute for this one. It provides a good introduction in thinking about business on a global scale. If you have experience with foreign markets in trade, currency, exchange, or other topics, you're already ahead of the game. Business 308 is also an option here, but it does have 2 extra assignments and is considered an upper level course, so it's probably going to take you a lot longer to go through. Next is Business Simulation. You'll take this one with WGU. This course ties together what you've already learned in your other business courses and makes the theoretical more practical. For fundamentals for success in business, I put study.com's Business 100. You'll learn all the basics in this course. If you already have business experience, I recommend checking out Business 121 as it has an introduction to entrepreneurship. The next course is a mouthful. Business Environment Applications 1, Business Structures and Legal Environment. This is all about employment law. Business 103 is a good match for this one. There are no assignments to worry about here, but it does dig into legal issues and rights related to the U.S. employment and legal systems. Don't let that scare you though. You can handle it. Just take one chapter at a time. Get ready for another lengthy course title, Business Environment Applications 2, Process Logistics and Operations. It's about learning the patterns and systems that businesses operate by. With study.com's Business 312, along with 2 shorter written projects and the final exam. Take your time working through the lessons to get familiar with the material. That will cut down on your prep time for assignments and your exam. Next is Principles of Management. Study.com has an exact equivalent, Business 101, Principles of Management. This course is on the longer side. But what's great is that there are no extra assignments, and the information given here is information you've probably already run across in either personal experiences or other classes. Quick tip, make sure to take that placement test here so that you bypass information you already know while still moving forward for information you need to know. Innovative and Strategic Thinking is another course you'll take with WGU. Moving down, we have Introduction to Business Accounting. I recommend taking study.com's Accounting 102, but you also have 2 other options here, Accounting 301 and 303. If you're already a pro at accounting, then you can look into those 300 level courses. Otherwise, stick to 102 and keep things simple. Introduction to Business Finance is the other course in this core that you'll take with WGU. For concepts in marketing, sales, and customer contact, you can use study.com's Business 102. You'll probably move through this one pretty quickly if you've worked in retail or had similar kinds of jobs. Speaking of retail, you'll need a basic economics course to satisfy the Principles of Economics requirement. Principles of Microeconomics is a great place to start, and you can do this with Economics 101. Or you can zoom out with Macroeconomics and take Economics 102. They are about the same length and are a great place to take that placement test. Okay, check-in time. How are you doing? We only have a couple course sections to go through still, so hang on. There's only one course in the marketing section. This is Sales Management, and you'll take it at WGU. IT Fundamentals also has one course, Introduction to IT, and you'll also take this at WGU. And last, but certainly not least, is the Business Management Capstone Written Project. This is your chance to bring everything you've learned together and prove that you'll make an impact in your field. You'll create a full business plan for a company selling a product or service, whether locally, nationally, or online. Expect to dive into marketing analysis, financials, and strategic planning, showing off your skills and setting yourself up for real-world success. You'll complete your capstone at WGU. And there you go. I know that was a lot to go through, but now you know exactly what it takes to earn a bachelor's degree in business management from Western Governors University and study.com. You can earn a total of 69 credits on study.com for this degree. That's across 23 classes. Just remember to budget your time and to utilize the tips that I gave you for each of these courses. On study.com, you can take 2 courses each month for the price of $235. If you want to take some more courses, you'll pay a little more. If you really want to speed on through, it's definitely worth it to pay more. But if you stick to just 2 a month, these 23 courses will take you about a year to complete. That's $2,820 that you'd be paying study.com. At WGU, at the same pace, you'd have to pay for 3 semesters. Since you can't pay month to month, That would cost you $11,865. So even if you don't go faster than 2 courses per month, you're still saving $9,045. That's enough money to buy a used car. Remember though, you can go faster. It's only $70 on study.com to take an additional exam each month. If you can take 3 courses or even 4 courses, you'll be saving an additional $500 or $600. If you can do more, that's great. But if you can't, no worries. When you take just 2 courses per month, it's okay. If you can do that, that's great. But what I find is that 2 courses per month is a much more manageable pace for most of the students that I've worked with. If you're considering business management as a career field, this degree is a fantastic pathway towards your goals and dreams. With WGU and Study.com's affordable pricing and flexible course scheduling, this is by far one of the fastest and cheapest ways to earn a bachelor's degree in business management from a reputable university. Just remember to grab those transcripts of any prior college experience and fill in the rest with WGU and Study.com. WGU advisors are happy to help you plot out your degree map, and Study.com advisors are standing by, waiting to help you select courses specific to your interests and career goals. So reach out whenever you need help and make a plan to get started as soon as you can, because that's one day closer towards your goals and where you want to be. Thanks for watching. And if you're still not 100% sure about business management or WGU, be sure to check out other videos on this channel for more ideas. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to figure out more ways on how to hack your degree. Good luck. You've got this.